Jeb Bush is leaving his job as an advisor to Barclays, which is definitely something you've got to do if you're going to run for president. Josh, you are the resident Jeb Bush expert of the moment, having written the story for Bloomberg Business Week last week, talking about how Governor Bush might have a Mitt Romney problem because of all of his various financial dealings and interests and so on. Is this the beginning of the demitting, the getting rid of the Romney problem by getting off this out of this Barclays?
Absolutely, absolutely. Jeb Bush has two Mitt Romney problems, both related to private equity. One, in the piece that we had in Business Week in the current issue, takes a look at the fact that he started up.
That's I.
No. My co-writer Miles Weiss, talented financial journalist.
Just trying to give you credit.
He's opened 3 funds, including one just about 2 weeks ago. Not the actions you'd take. And when the story came out, his donors got spooked and said, "Wait a minute, are you running for president or are you trying to get rich?" The other problem he's got, and this is where the Barclays comes in, is you don't want to be associated with private equity, and certainly not a scandal-plagued bank like Barclays, as you're preparing to launch a bid for the Republican nomination. So stepping down starts to put distance between himself, makes that story, hopefully for Bush, a little bit tougher for journalists like us.
One of the most striking things of this entire week in the wake of your story was Mitt Romney being quoted in Politico saying, if people think I had a problem with Bain, just wait until they see what Jeb Bush was doing with Barclays.
Trolling.
Yes.
Mitt Romney came out and said, "I'm worried about," supposedly, according to Politico, came out and said, "I am worried that Jeb Bush has a private equity problem, so I might get in the race."
First you're saying that Vladimir Putin is a bear, a hairless bear, and now you're comparing Mitt Romney to a troll.
To a big hairy troll.
To a big hairy troll. This is a very vivid episode of With All Due Respect.
Send the hate mail to me at Twitter.
Yes, no question about it. We're hanging you out to dry. My question is, I think that it's all well and good for him to get off the board of Barclays, and I just think that it is an attempt to deal with this problem, but it doesn't anywhere come close to addressing the problem. As you know, Mitt Romney was not any longer running Bain when he had a Bain problem. The questions are going to be, as you raise in your story, who are some of these investors? There's, the specter of shadowy Chinese investors in vehicles that Jeb Bush has connection to. That is something that a lot of people are going to want to dig into among his Republican rivals, among reporters, and among Democrats ultimately if he does somehow become the Republican
What was
nominee.
interesting, too, real quickly, before he launched his leadership pack and set everybody's hair ablaze a couple of days ago, what he did before that was he said, "I'm going to come out and transparently I'm going to release these 250,000 emails from when I was governor." Interesting that he did not include his foreign investors in the list of things he's going to be open about and reveal to the public.
Will you be trying to find those emails soon?
I've been trying to find them. They don't return my emails anymore.
I'm looking forward to reading